Life, Pre-Intermediate Students' Book by John Hughes, with Paul Dummett and Helen Stevenson. Published by National Geographic Learning, a part of Cengage Learning. Copyright 2013. CD1. 1.1 Unit 1 Opener.
People sometimes think Mary and Gerald are married, but in fact, they're just good friends. They have known each other for 40 years because they regularly go ballroom dancing. Every week they meet and practice dancing. Mary Hall is 85 years old and Gerald Kavanagh is 80. So, after all these years, why do they dance? Probably because it's good for their health, for two reasons. It's good physical exercise. But dancing is also about learning new movements, so it's good for your mental health as well. Dancing is one good reason for their long and happy life.
1.2 Unit 1A.
This quiz is a good way for people to find out how they sleep. It shows them what kind of person they are. People with mostly A answers usually sleep very well. They have regular routines and they are hardly ever tired. People with B answers sleep fairly well. Most adults wake up once or twice a night, and that's normal. But these people probably have busy working lives or families, so they always want extra hours in bed. Try to go to bed earlier and sleep for an extra hour at weekends. People with mostly C answers have the biggest problems. These people don't relax before bedtime. They regularly work in the evening or do exercise. Don't misunderstand me. Sport is good for your health, but not late at night.
1.3 Unit 1A. 1,
Feels,
2,
needs,
3,
watches,
4,
sleeps,
5,
goes,
6,
dances,
7,
does,
8.
works.
1.4 Unit 1B.
No one knows exactly the reason why some people live longer than others. Why are they so healthy? Is it their diet? Do they go to the gym more than others? Well, one man is trying to answer these questions, and that man is explorer and journalist David McLean. He's currently travelling to places and regions with large numbers of people aged 100 and over, and asking the questions, why are they so healthy? What are they doing that the rest of us aren't? At the moment, he's working on the island of Sardinia in Italy, but he's speaking to us right now on the phone. David, thank you for joining us today.
Hello.
So, first of all, tell us why you decided to visit Sardinia.
Well, Sardinia is an interesting place because men live the same amount of time as women. That isn't normal for most countries. Men normally die younger.
And Does anyone know the reason why people live longer in Sardinia?
There are different ideas about this, but possibly one explanation is that the family is so important here. Every Sunday, the whole family meets and they eat a huge meal together. Research shows that in countries where people live longer, the family is important. But also on Sardinia, the older mother or grandmother often has authority in the family. As men get older, they have less responsibility in Sardinian culture. So perhaps the older men have less stress, which means they're living longer.
I see. So, do you think people live longer in traditional societies?
That's an interesting question. It's true that even on Sardinia, the younger generation are eating more food like chips and burgers. Also, young people are moving to the city, so they are doing less exercise because of their lifestyle. So it will be interesting to come back to Sardinia in 20 years and see if people are still living longer.
1.5. Unit 1D. 1,
Head. Bed.
2,
Saw. Saw.
3,
Throat. Note.
4,
Cough. Off.
5,
Ache. Wake.
6,
Ear. Hear.
1.6. Unit 1D. Conversation 1.
Hello. I've got a sore throat and a runny nose. I feel terrible.
Have you got a temperature as well?
No, it's normal.
Well, you should take this medicine twice a day. It's good for a sore throat.
Thanks.
And try drinking hot water with honey and lemon. That helps.
Okay, I will.
Oh, and you need a box of tissues. If you still feel ill in a few days, see a doctor.
Conversation 2.
I've got an earache in this ear. I couldn't sleep last night because it was so painful.
Let me have a look. Ah, yes, it's very red in there. What about the other one?
It feels fine.
It's a bit red as well. Do you feel sick at all?
No, not really.
Let me check your temperature. Yes, it's higher than normal. I'll give you something for it. You need to take one of these pills twice a day for 7 days. Drink lots of water and come back if you don't feel better.
1.7. Unit 2 Opener.
The swimming race in the photo is one part of 3 races in total. The competitors swim for 3.86 kilometres, that's 2.4 miles, cycle for 180 kilometres, and run a marathon at the end. It's called the Ironman Triathlon, and the men swimming in the photo are all competing at the annual Ironman World Championship in Hawaii. Hundreds of people compete, but thousands of spectators also watch the famous contest. They all want to see someone win the ultimate test of fitness.
1.8. Unit 2A. 1,
Watching.
2,
Language.
3,
Waiting.
4,
Thinks.
5,
Cycling.
6,
Losing.
7,
Winning.
8,
English.
9,
Competing.
10.
Thanks.
1.9. Unit 2A. Meg.
I love getting up early every morning and going to the pool. It's really quiet at this time, and there are only 1 or 2 other people. I'm not very good at swimming, but I've got problems with my back, so it helps with that.
Paul.
I prefer watching sports to doing them, especially running. We have to do sport at school on Tuesdays and Fridays with our teacher, Mr. Sykes. He tells us to run round and round the school field. Running is really boring exercise, and I'm always last. I hate losing.
Kirsty.
I like playing tennis so much that currently I'm working with a tennis coach to improve my game. I've got my first competition in a month. I'm very excited about competing because one day I'd like to become a professional player, and this is an opportunity to see how good I really am against other players.
1.10. Unit 2A.
I like playing tennis so much that currently I'm working with a tennis coach to improve my game. I've got my first competition in a month. I'm very excited about competing because one day I'd like to become a professional player, and this is an opportunity to see how good I really am against other players.